I don't want to lower expectations because that's what everybody's doing, and all that does is help Biden. And if you watch Biden throughout his career, the one thing that he has done well is in debates. I've been fortunate to be to Camp David a number of times, and this is where I'm concerned. He is taking this serious. He has spent 1 week at Camp David only focused on debates. People are throwing questions at him left and right. Think about the number of hours he's gone just for these 90 minutes. I have dealt with this man when he was a senator, when he was a vice president, and when he was president. And I will tell you, he's not the same person he was before. And as he was president, there were different moments. Every time I met with him, you got a different Joe Biden. And there's times that he was really engaging. I remember talking to him when he was Air Force One, coming back from a G7 meeting, and he could tell me all the different meetings he had. He was fully engaged, and the next day I met with him, and it was a totally different Joe Biden talking off cards. So let's not lower expectations. He's going to be prepared, the best he's ever going to be prepared.
Wait a minute. I thought he was slipping. I thought he was slipping.
He's gone.
And that he's kind of like not there in meetings.
Poor Kevin.
Kevin can't get it right.
Mike Kevin, you know, Mike Kevin's slipping, Willie, because Mike Kevin will say...
Mike Kevin doesn't remember what he told the Wall Street Journal.
He doesn't remember what he told the Wall Street Journal. He doesn't even remember...
And the host can't keep a straight face
what he told the Wall Street Journal about the meeting where he had said something a month prior that Biden was so on top of it that he looked forward to talking to him every day that week. And Biden was in complete control of the meeting. Poor Kevin. Kevin's slipping.
So
you know,
which is it,
I've talked to Kevin. Some days Kevin's with it, some days Kevin's not. But let me tell you, be afraid of Kevin. Be very afraid of Kevin like a shark. Like, you should be as afraid of Kevin as you are riding in a boat with an electric motor with sharks swirling all around you, because that's how great Joe Biden's going to be.
Wait.
But he could be slipping, Willie. Help me. I'm so confused.
Yeah, and considering, as you mentioned, he was the source, along with Speaker Johnson, of that explosive front-page Wall Street Journal piece about Joe Biden's mental acuity. After long praising Joe Biden, he was the source of that story. You can see there that that's sort of now a correction of the low expectations that have been set by Donald Trump and so many people, that Joe Biden is a doddering old man, and all of a sudden they're worried he's going to do well. So they're talking again in the New York Post today. They have a full-page piece with a list of the drugs they speculate Joe Biden could be on during the debate tonight. So that's where they are.
I wonder,
in framing
are the Murdochs proud of that? I mean, are the Murdochs proud of that? Are the Murdochs proud of the fact that they lie about Joe Biden on page one of the Wall Street Journal? Like, just an absolute great institution, the Wall Street Journal. I think with a great editor, I mean, you see what's happened over the past several months, and I really love the direction the Wall Street Journal's been going. But they somebody puts a garbage piece on the front page of the Wall Street Journal, a clear lie, and people in the media world, even conservatives, scratching their head going, never seen anything like this before. And now Murdoch's New York Post is talking about what drugs a presidential candidate is going to be taking.
Yeah,
are they really proud of what this Australian is doing to America? Is he really? I mean, how low is Rupert Murdoch going to go here? I'm just wondering how much lower does he have to go? Is there no bottom? We're talking about drugs. Why don't they just say, we're afraid Donald Trump is going to humiliate himself tonight, and so we have to come up after lying about Joe Biden, Rupert Murdoch's New York Post, lying about Joe Biden and these cheat fakes. Now they follow up where there's no way they're going to cheat fake their way out of whether, if Biden has a good night, he may not have a good night. But if Biden has a good night, what are they going to do after their lies? Will they be caught once again lying to their readers over and over and over again, whether it's about parachutes or meetings at the G7? I mean, Willie, it's just, I can't even believe, even I am shocked that they're now doing this.
Yeah, I mean, they're preparing their readers and their viewers for the possibility that Donald Trump is going to do terribly tonight, and then therefore there will be a reason for it. Well, the moderators were unfair, or Joe Biden was on drugs. No one's talking affirmatively in any of this coverage about Donald Trump. they're trying to find these angles in on Joe Biden. Even the banner when we were playing that soundbite, Joe Biden spends a week at theater camp. It's called debate prep. Presidents, including Republicans, by the way, have done it for generations. But because Donald Trump doesn't do it, they have to reframe all of it.
Hey there, MSNBC fans. I'm Luke Russert, and be sure to join me, Rachel Maddow, Jen Psaki, Lawrence O'Donnell, Steve Kornacki, Joy Reid, and many more September 7th in Brooklyn, MSNBC Live Democracy 2024. Click on the link for ticket information. We will see you there.